Hello kids, how are you today? Welcome to our session number 8 of our class. Today, our main topic is going to be that we're going to have a small review of what we have worked in Unit 7 and Unit 8. Okay, so this moment, you're going to be maybe helping yourselves with the book, but also you're going to be working with the following review that you're going to find in the description. So you go to the description at the bottom, you click, and you're going to find a document or a PDF where you can have this information, okay? So the instructions are, you can download the following document or copy the answers in your notebook. If you cannot download it, no problem. You can write the letter, the numbers, and just the answers, okay? But make sure that you have it and that you participate first independently, and after that, checking the answers with all of our teachers, okay? So let's get to work, get ready, and take out your notebooks to start. Go!
Hello guys, welcome back to your English class. Today we're going to make a review about Unit 7 and Unit 8, so let's start. Okay guys, we have food, drinks and flavor. Do you remember this topic? If you don't remember, you can go back to your student books on page 81 and you're going to remember, don't worry. We have some vocabulary in this part that is fruit. We have some fruit right here, vegetables right here, meat, we have meat right here, spice, we have some spice right here, drink, we have a drink, dessert, we have a dessert, and snack, some snacks, okay? Also we have salty, sweet, sour, bitter, and spicy. You're going to remember all about them, don't worry. But we have some meanings of these two words, that is ingredients and dish. For example, dish, what is a dish? Dish is a food prepared with different ingredients. And what is an ingredient? It's that we use to prepare a dish, okay? So guys, exercise letter A. Read the sentence and complete the other ones using type and flavor. Example number 1, it says, strawberry is a fruit, the type is a fruit. It is sweet, the flavor is sweet. So we have two more examples right here. The number 2, it says, lemon is a fruit, the type is fruit. It's sour, sour is the flavor. If you don't remember what is sour, it's when you suck a lemon and have this. Example number 3. Takis fuego are snack. They are spicy. What is spicy? This is spicy, okay? So guys, we have some sentences right here. We are going to read all of them first, and then you're going to take your time to answer it, and then finally we are going to check it, okay? So number 1, it says, coffee is a blah blah blah, it's blah blah blah. Number 2, potato are a blah blah blah, they are blah blah blah. Number 3, tomato is a blah blah blah, it's blah blah blah. Number 4, chocolate is a blah blah blah, it's blah blah blah. And finally, number 5, chicken is a blah blah blah, it's blah blah blah. So guys, guess what? It's time to work. So pause the video, try to answer it correctly, and when you finish you can play the video again and we are going to check it, okay? So good luck. So guys, did you finish? Excellent. So it's time to check all your answers. Number 1, it says, coffee is a drink. It is bitter. Okay. Number 2, potato chips are a snack. They are salty. Number 3, potato is a fruit. It is sweet. Number 4, chocolate is a dessert. It is sweet or bitter. Both are correct, guys, okay? Number 5, chicken is a meat. It is salty. Excellent, guys. Well done. We have finished for today. You're going to continue working with other teachers. I hope that you continue practicing your home and see you in the next class. Goodbye.
Hello guys, how are you? It's teacher Dani again, and today we are having a review. So let's start. Okay, first of all, I wanted to remind you some of the vocabulary that we have been learning. Okay, one word is deny. What's deny? It's when they offer you something and you say like, no thanks, I don't want it. Like you could see over there in the image. The other one is changing habits. It's, for example, when you just eat junk food like hamburgers, pizza, chips, and that kind of things, and you decide to start eating healthy, like, for example, vegetables, fruit, some salad, and those kind of things. What's a meal? It's basically when they serve you or they made some food to eat. For example, breakfast, a dinner, or lunch. Home cooked meal, like you can know, it's when you do like some food at home and then you eat it. So now that you know this, let's continue. Okay, you are gonna do please these exercises and then we will continue. So please pause the video here and answer them. Here is the other part. So please answer them. And if you're ready, we're gonna check them. So, okay, read and choose the correct option. 6. People have a pretty blank diet. They don't take time, to have a good lunch. A, healthy, B, spicy, C, unhealthy. So, if you analyze the question, it says that they don't have a good lunch, so they have a bad lunch. So it's not healthy, it isn't spicy, so the correct option is unhealthy. Number 6, instead of fruits or vegetables, people buy blank like chips and fries. Letter A, home cooked meal, B, fast food, and C, vegetables. So, the first part of the sentence, there it says instead of fruits or vegetables, so that they don't eat that thing. So, it couldn't be letter C. Home cooked meal, it isn't either because they like chips and fries. So it's letter B, that it's fast food. Okay. Number 8. There it says, sorry, I give you the answer. So it's frozen meals are famous because you only have to heat them and they are ready. So let's continue. Number 9. More people are changing their habits buying blank fruit, vegetables, and meat. A, fresh, B, frozen, C, boiled. You don't boil fruits and vegetables, so it couldn't be that one. B, I think it's not that common that you buy your fruits and vegetables frozen, so we will discard that one. And the correct one is letter A. Okay, number 10. We cannot deny that home-cooked meals, blank, and it is healthier. A, tastes terrible, B, smell bad, C, tastes amazing. So, if you analyze the answers, they are giving you 2 bad and 1 that it's like good. So the correct one is the one that it's like, oh, it's cool, like good, So it's letter C. Okay, that's all for my part. Please stay home and I hope to see you soon. Bye guys.
Hello guys, how are you? I hope you're doing great. So today we're going to be working with a very fun activity, which is a crossword. And before we start, just to tell you that all the words that will be appearing are the ones you just see, so it shouldn't be difficult. So let's start. Okay, so here is a crossword, and before we start, remember that vertical goes from bottom to top or vice versa, and horizontal goes this way. Also, keep in mind that all sentences have a number, so you must locate that number first in order to answer the crossword. We will be answering by one, and I'll give you a clue for each. You might not need it, but just in case. Alright, let's go with the first one. Is the number 1 vertical, which is this one, and it says, it makes your food spicy. So, here is your clue. This one is the most popular here in Mexico, I think. And remember that the words that we're going to use for the crossword are the ones you just saw, so try to remember them. We'll be seeing the answer in a few seconds. So, the answer is chili powder. Now the second one, vertical sense again, is this one, and it says really bad. Now this one was difficult for me to put an example without giving you the answer, but let's try. The clue is, okay, so for example, studying for your test one night before is a blank idea. You can say it's a bad idea, it's a horrible idea. In this case, try to look for a synonym for bad or horrible from the words you see. So the answer is terrible. Next, number 4, food that doesn't have chemicals. It's this one, and here is your clue. Try to think, for example, those shampoos or moisturizers that, well, doesn't have chemicals, that for example, they use fruits or vegetables or oils, and they have a specific name for those. The answer is natural. Guys, before we continue, if you think we're going too fast, remember you can always pause the video and take your time to answer and to think, so just keep that in mind. Now, number 5 says, cooked in hot oil. Here is your clue. And I think one of the most popular dishes that are cooked in this way are the potatoes they sell you in McDonald's or Burger King, and well, the name of those potatoes tell you the answer, and it is fried. Last one from vertical, number 6 says, cooked in hot water. The clue, so you can cook vegetables, potatoes again, pasta using this method, and it is boiled. Right? Now let's go with the horizontal ones. Number 3 says, bad for you. For example, eating a lot of junk food is really bad for your health, like sodas, French fries, donuts. So that is unhealthy. Number 7, very cold like ice. When you go to the supermarket, there is usually food in the fridge, and it says that you have to keep it in the fridge because if not, it's going to get rotten. So it should be, well, of course, very cold, almost like ice. And usually there are vegetables or fruits, and sometimes like pizzas and stuff. So the answer is frozen. Great. So let's go with the last one, and it says cooked over fire. For example, when you're doing a barbecue, you use a form of cooking that involves dry heat applied to, in this case, the meat or the sausages or vegetables, and the heat commonly comes from above. So the answer is grilled. So here are all the answers in case you missed one, and well, thanks for your hard work and continue working.
Hey guys, now predictions and arrangements, okay? Let's go to your activity. That's your activity, but I need you to go to page 83 first so we can watch some grammar. Okay, I'm gonna put a little picture of it, but I'll still need you to go to your book, okay? So, there is it. You can put pause on the videos and go get your book. Now, grammar, predictions and arrangements. Okay, the little difference between these two is that arrangements you use going to because you have evidence that that's gonna happen, so you are sure that's gonna happen. It's already settled down. It's an arrangement. And in predictions, you are not 100% sure that that's gonna happen, so you use will or might or may, because that might happen or may not happen. You're not 100% sure. So, talking about future arrangements, I'm giving my presentation next Thursday, or I'm going to give my presentation tomorrow. Making predictions. We are gonna need more food. There will be nearly 10 billion people on Earth in 2050. We will need as much land for farms. We might grow meat in laboratories. We might not continue raising animals for food. We are sure this will happen. We think this may happen, but we're not sure. See, that's the point. They are not sure. In a prediction, you hope that that's going to happen, but you're not 100% sure, like in an arrangement. Now, predictions with will. In an affirmative way, you have the pronouns I, you, he, she, it, they, and then will eat. Okay? So I will eat, you will eat, he will eat, etc. In negative way, you have won't. Won't is the same that will not. Say, okay? So I won't eat, you won't eat, he won't eat, and etc. Now, question. When you have a question, you start with will, and well, you always finish with a question mark. That's because it's a question, okay? So, will I eat? Will you eat? Will he eat? And etc. Now, short answer. So, yes, I will. You, well, then with you is yes, you will. Yes, he will. And in negative, short answer will be no, I won't. No, you won't. No, he won't. No, she won't. Okay? Now, we use will plus the base forms of a verb for predictions that you are certain about. Okay? Certain about. We will need more food. I'll also use will plus the base form for immediate decisions. I'll go to the store. Okay? Negative sentences are formed with won't, will not, plus the base form. Okay? So we won't have a problem feeding everyone. Right? Now, questions. Questions are formed with will plus subject plus the base form. Will we grow food underwater? So that's a question, okay? Now, okay. Predictions with might and may. Use might or may plus the base form to talk about possible future events or situations. Might is less certain than will. We might discover new sources of food. The population may not increase so quickly, okay? So remember that. Might and may are less certain than will, okay? When you use will, you have a more percentage of being sure about that's gonna happen, okay? Now, future with going to. Use be, going to, plus the base form talk to talk about plans or predictions. I'm going to be in cooking school next year. It's going to be a lot of work, okay? Going to or will? Well, going to is usually used when there is evidence for a prediction, especially when it's expected to happen soon, okay? I invited 3 friends for dinner, so we're going to need more food, alright? Now, will is usually used for long-term predictions. The world population will be about 10 billion in 2050. I'll get the phone, okay? In many cases, there is no difference between them, between will and going to, for predictions, okay? But for arrangements, there is a difference. Okay, do you think 3D footprinting is going to be popular? Do you think 3D footprinting will be popular? So that's a prediction, okay? And there is no difference between those. But when you make an arrangement with going to, you cannot, well, it's different than you make an arrangement with will, okay? Now, present continuous for future arrangements. The present continuous can be used to talk about plans for the future. We are meeting after school today, okay? In many cases, there is no difference between using the present continuous and going to when talking about future plans. We're gonna give our presentation next Monday. We're giving our presentation next Monday, okay? So there's no difference there in present continuous, so future plans. When talking about future plans, future plan a future time expression is usually used with the present continuous, okay? I'm working on my project next week. Next week is future, okay? I'm working on my project now, okay? I'm working on my project, so that's now, okay? Well, that's kind of the grammar of it, so let's go back to your activity. Well, predictions and arrangements. Predictions is going to will, won't, might, may, might not, may not. Arrangements is present continuous. I'm doing, I am plus going to. Okay. So unscramble the questions. So that's the activity for you guys. Okay. You have to unscramble the questions. So I'm gonna put you the answers, but please pause the video and do it for yourselves. And then I will put you the answers. Okay. Okay. So here are the answers for number 1, number 2, and number 3. All right. So that's it for today. Well, for me, okay? You guys continue the class. See you. Be safe.
Hello. Okay, so I'm back with you. You're going to continue now working with me, but we're going to do it in a different way, okay? I'm going to give you the instructions and some tips for the next part. And you can pause it and you answer. And at the very end, I'm going to let you check the complete answers in one sheet, okay? So I'll tell you everything, I'll explain everything, and then you can just check the answers. All right, so let's continue, and we're going to continue with the exercise of suffixes, which you can find in your page 84 of your student's book. You can also help yourself with the workbook if you want, okay? What happens with suffixes? We talked about them, and they go at the end of the nouns, okay? What is the purpose of suffixes? To change the meaning. So for example, if we look at the image, first we have the action of travel, right? It can also be a noun. But if you add the suffix er, it becomes a person, traveler, work, worker, or things like that. In the exercise 3E, you have to use the correct suffix to complete the items. There are some images that can help you answer this part, and you also have the words in the parentheses. You just have to add the correct suffix to give sense to the sentences. Let's continue. Oh, if you want to pause it, I mean, you can pause it if you want. Yes, you work on that part, and then you can continue listening to your teacher. Okay, so in Food and Farm, we learn about the processes of how food was made and how to plant, and we also learn about bees. Remember that bees are very important for the world? And we have to complete the definitions with the words in the box. Let's look at the words in the box. We have crop, season, livestock, harvest, and grow. And you have some definitions. For example, the first one, animals raised for meat. Do you think it's crop? No. Okay. Season? Either. So, try to choose the ones that are adequate for them. There's no extra one. There are 5, just as the number of sentences. So take your time and don't worry. First conditional. You can check first conditional on page 86. And let's remember first conditional that we referred to it when we talked about possible situations. Let's read the example that we have. If you look at the sky at 7 p.m., you will see the sunset. This is very, 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 very likely to happen. Maybe not at 7 p.m. o'clock, but, well, it can, right? So let's continue. And in this part, you have 2 sections. The section with numbers and the section with letters. You have to match the correct part to the correct letter. A tip would be to try to think about the keywords. For example, here, maybe the keyword could be swimming. In this one, maybe media luna croissants. Remember this? This is traditional from a country, okay? The next one, pass the level. Song, it's going to be number 4. And 5, the word could be swim too. So, go ahead. Now, you guys in class prepared the most horrible dish. Remember that you had to make a drawing and you described it and you talked about the ingredients. But we can also give suggestions and describe food and make decisions using different phrases. To describe food, you can say like, oh, it's a kind of fruit, it's a kind of meal, it's a kind of dessert, okay? It's popular in Mexico, it's popular in USA, it's popular everywhere. It's really good with chocolate, you can add milk, okay? This is everything to describe. It's a little salty, sour, sweet, it's up to you. Now, when you give suggestions, you use different phrases, like how about, I think we should have, why don't we? And we make decisions, you say we'll have, or I'll put down the invitation. These two can be more considered as organizing something, not like describing the food itself, but maybe organizing a party. Yes? So, here we have a dish. I don't know what it is. Okay, you have to look at the dish. And you have some options here. Now, if the option goes with the image, you're going to add a check mark. Okay, let's read the first one. It's a kind of food meal. Do you think it needs a check mark? If you think so, you add a check mark. Okay, you don't have to add it in all of them. That's the purpose of this activity. Okay, so in this moment, we already passed to Unit 8. We have been working with Unit 8 with online classes. So these activities maybe are more familiar to you, okay? Because we have worked with this recently, the last month, okay? Now, our vocabulary for this part is a product life, compound noun, second conditional, and relative clauses. And those are you, saving the planet in your houses. Yes. Okay. So let's begin with the products life. This part we talked about Gujichi, which was a store that sells clothing, remember? And it's very famous because they recycle clothes. And we saw vocabulary like material, pick, recycle, throw away, design, gross, manufacture, produce, and sell. Here, there is a text about you. It's about the new generation, okay? These words that you have in the box, you have to use them to complete the text. Of course, you are only going to need 4. Try to find the key words in every part, okay? Look at here, it says options, okay? If we go to the first part, you can say marketplaces. I don't know. You're going to discover it on your own, okay? Go ahead. For second conditional, which is what we use to talk about imaginary, unreal, or impossible situations, the tense changes. It would be something like, if I found 5,000 on the floor, I would buy a video game. Okay? Found, it's in past, right? And we use a word different than will. We use would, which is like the past. In this section, you have 5 sentences. All of them have 2 parts, which are in color blue. These are the options from the ones you only have to select one. What would Les do if he fails his exam? Circle only one of them, or failed or fails. Okay? Go. Super. So we can continue now to the compound nouns. Remember that we saw some images about this, and we learned that compound nouns can be 2 types, the ones that are together in one word or the ones that are separate. For example, ice cream. Ice cream is 2 words used together, right? But spider web, it's 2 words joined. Okay, so good. We're going to read the sentences, and we're going to write the letter of the best option. Teacher, what letter? Okay, so we have the numbers here, you have the sentences, and at the bottom, you have the options. Look at them. We have website, sea life, video game, air pollution, and supermarket. Here, you can see that some of them are 2 words together, joined, and in others, they are separate, but both of them are compound nouns. So you can start now. Relative clauses, it's the last thing that we talked about. in the reading of the Sea Life, where these two guys that used to surf, they recycle. And you also saw it with Erika Domesek, which was the woman from PS.com, psimades.com, that she creates earrings, and she creates notebooks and bracelets, and she creates everything. And it says, relative clauses introduce more information about the nouns that come before them. So you can say, ice cream is a dessert that people love to eat. It's giving more information about ice cream. Each sentence is missing two parts. Write the correct letter. This letter A and letter B are the two parts that sentence number 1 is missing. The order is what is going to change the definition of the sentence. Erika is a fashion designer in many ways. You have to select letter A or letter B. These clothes are sold all around the world. You have to select letter A or letter B. You have to do the same with number 2, with number 3, and with number 4. Okay? Super! This part is simple. We did something similar in our books. So you are ready for this. Try to identify the relative clause. For example, here it is who. And in number 4, in letter A, it is that. Okay? Good. This is our last exercise. Yay, we made it! And we're going to work with the vocabulary in context. We learned about 2 girls who were famous because they created a campaign to recycle bags and to prohibit the use of plastic bags in Bali. And we're going to finish with this right now. You learned different phrases when they were speaking. And teacher Daniel explained these phrases last class with you, where you had to write opinions about yourself. For example, you said something like, a person that always takes action is my mother, or my best friend, or me. Okay? You're going to do something similar here. Order the phrases using the synonyms from the parentheses. These are not the words that you're going to use. You're going to find the synonyms. You don't have the options here. You have to unscramble. Number 1. We know it is difficult too, but everything is possible. These 3 words have to be in order. And what is the synonym of these ones? Cause a change. Number 2. Whenever you should order to be committed. Okay? These 3 words are synonyms of do as you say. Number 3. Most of the time, when you overthink what you want to do, you usually don't do it. 3 words, synonym, act now. And the last one. The girls from Bali were very worried about the use of plastic bags, so they decided to something. And what is the synonym? Do something about it. Okay? I know you can do it. You are very smart. And once you finish, I'm going to let you look at the answers that maybe you are already looking at. So I'm going to show them to you. So answer sheet, excellent job. Here, take a look at letter E, F, and G. You can go to your answers in your notebook or to your PDF as you want. If you wrote the answers, just put a check mark to make sure that you have all of them correct or which ones you need to check. So if you look at your notebook and you're like, oh, okay, so number 2 was not accomplishment or was not developer, but development. And you can read the sentence one more time and see, oh, this is why. Good. So you already had time. You can pause it if you want to check E, F, and G right now. And now I'm going to play it. I'm going to continue scrolling down so you can look at the next part. H, I, J, and K. For H, it was 1C, 2A, 3E, for B, 5D. Okay, I'm going to scroll it down one last time so you can look at letter L and M. I think that my face, it's okay. I moved myself. Yay! So you can see now. Letter M, so you can see the answers, which I think was the most difficult part. Make the difference, walk your talk, go for it, and take action. If you need more time to check the answers, just pause it. Thank you for your effort. You're doing an excellent job. If you have any questions, remember, feel free to send me a message to ceneikethome@gmail.com. And I'll see you next class. So be happy, enjoy, be patient, be optimistic, be positive. Soon we're going to be together. Okay? So, bye.